begins.
Greetings, folks. Anila Horum here with a World of Warships replay. Today we are featuring uDemo in the premium Tier 6 German destroyer, the T-61, and his division with Knightsabre in the Tier 6 Japanese destroyer, the Hatsuharu. They are in a standard battle on ring with lots of battleships, and there are 2 aircraft carriers on each team. uDemo takes the hydroacoustic search special upgrade to extend the action time of that consumable, and he prefers to improve the rudder shift on this ship, and so takes the steering gears modification 2 in upgrade slot 4. For skills, he forgoes radio location, which is very prevalent on destroyers nowadays, and instead takes 3 third-level skills, as well as preventative maintenance and priority target. Now, this replay is going to take a break from the, quote, teachable moments games or replays that I've tended to feature over the last couple of months on this channel, and this replay is really going to showcase the strengths of this really very potent destroyer. So uDemo and Knightsabre are heading out here to the northwest side to support this flank and provide some spotting. Although with 2 carriers, hopefully there's enough planes in the sky at all times that spotting usually isn't too much of an issue. And destroyers have a little more flexibility to be able to smoke up and either put fire on opposing ships or use smoke screens to conceal their allies. Demo is actually going quite wide here, which is interesting. I don't know if he knew that there is an opposing destroyer that is actually heading up the side here. Again, he doesn't have radio location, but he's going to run into the opposing Icarus. That is not a concealment captain, and I don't think he has camo on either. And so Demo is now realized that he's been detected by the Icarus and is going to open up with some fire here. Icarus is a very good gunboat as well at this tier, so even though the T-61 does have a very good rate of fire and some reasonably decent ballistics, the Icarus can definitely give the T-61 a run for his money. So it looked like there was a little break in the firing from the Icarus, so it's possible that the Icarus was trying to get torpedoes away, but that's actually a difficult thing to do when your target is actually sailing away. And this is a classic example of where when you're in a knife fight with a destroyer, you try to want to kite away because it's harder to hit ships that are sailing away from you than are coming toward you. So Demo has sent his torpedoes here on the Icarus. The British smoke is very short-lasting on the destroyers. This is a place that I think I would activate Hydro and go and hunt down the Icarus, because Demo did get more damage in on the opposing destroyer than he took, and so he should be able to take down the Icarus in a gunfight. But it looks like Demo is wanting to hold his repair party until he knows for sure that there are no torpedoes coming, and is letting his engine repair just sort of resolve itself. Now he's headed back towards the opposing destroyer. Now, the opposing destroyer, here we detect him again. I'm guessing he was trying to come up here to do some CV hunting, which is something I generally strongly discourage. It should be sort of a last resort measure, although there is a significant body of players that feel it's a good strategy, and they certainly like to do it. And here, Demo gets first blood and finishes off the Icarus. Again, he hasn't activated Hydro. I don't know whether he felt comfortable that he would be able to avoid torpedoes at such close quarters, but whatever it was, it looks like the Icarus never ended up sending torpedoes, or the ones he did send, we never saw. So it looks like at this point the only other destroyer on this flank is actually more in the center of the map. So Demo's going to have a little more flexibility. There's the Anshan. That's definitely a gunboat that, if I were in a T-61, I would want to try to avoid. The Anshan is a very good gunboat. In fact, the Anshan is putting fire on Knightsabre, which is, again, Demo's division partner. And Demo is going to work and send some torpedoes here on the Prinz Heidelfriedrich, or maybe that's on the on the Iron Duke. Either way, it looks like there may have been a glitch in the replay with the torpedo leading indicator, because I'm pretty sure that Demo was looking to send on one of these 2 battleships, and the leader indicator wasn't really directing towards any of them as clearly as I probably thought it would be. But he is going to get a number of torpedoes here on the Iron Duke and take him out in a devastating strike. And again, this is a good demonstration of the potency of this destroyer. Her torpedoes come up very often, and they definitely can torpedo from stealth. The speed of the torpedoes is quite good at 64 or 65 knots. The alpha damage on the torpedoes is pretty weak on the German destroyers, but they have the advantage that they can send torpedoes more often. Here, Demo is looking to get some more torpedoes off, this time on the Prinz Eitel Friedrich. And it looks like the Friedrich took a torpedo. I'm not sure if that was, it looks like that was probably from the carrier. But Demo's had to smoke up here because he's gotten a little too close to the battleship and doesn't want to become the focus of the battleship's secondaries, even though the battleship's main guns are actually pointed on his starboard side away from Demo, and Demo is able to get the battleship down through a fire. So he's up to 3 kills already, and has 3 of the 5 kills for his team. So you can see that the Allied team here is really kind of beating up the opposing team pretty readily. Demo is now on the opposing team's weak flank, and he's going to drive back in toward the middle to put some more pressure on the opposing team. Again, if I were in the T-61, I'd be concerned about running into the Anshan, which he does run into. But the Anshan now is very low health. I don't know if he took a torpedo or a bad salvo from some other ship, but this should be a pretty easy gunfight for Demo to finish off, and now has secured his 4th kill for the game. So there's no opposing destroyers. They've all been taken out. This is going to give Demo a lot more flexibility in terms of how he approaches targets, and this being a tier 6 match, there's no radar to contend with. In fact, I don't know that in fact, it's all battleships and carriers at this point, so he doesn't even have to worry about hydroacoustic search. So this is kind of ideal stomping grounds for a torpedo boat, and Demo's here going to put some fire on this low health Congo that has all of his guns pointed in the opposite direction, and he's definitely outside the secondary range of the battleship, so this is totally safe for him to be engaging at this range. Gets a fire on the Congo. Looks like the Congo at this point is not putting it out. I don't know if his damage control is on cooldown, but the battleship is already down to his last couple of thousand health. And there is Kraken Unleashed, and we are just barely 8 minutes into the match. So that's pretty impressive results in such short order. Unfortunately, we have lost Knightsabre in the Hatsuharu. I believe the Anshan did take him down, and so that was too bad that we lost the ally early. But certainly, Demo is doing a terrific job for his team here, bringing in 5 kills already out of the 8 that the Allied team has. Here's one of the 2 opposing aircraft carriers, the Zuiho. This is likely to make Demo the target of the carriers once the carriers know that he is within torpedo and gun range. Although I would hope that if the Zuihos were looking at the minimap, they would know that the destroyer was already closing in on them, and they are in fact moving. So the Zuiho is going to be moving here. And again, the aircraft carriers at this tier are very low armored, and so Demo is going to be getting Citadel hits here with his HE. This is a place that I probably would be firing the AP. If you're able to, as long as you're able to hit the waterline, getting Citadel hits with the AP from the German destroyers with the 128mm rifles is pretty reliable. But nonetheless, he's certainly done a lot of damage to this carrier and has already set him on fire again. There's some more Citadel hits. Demo's up to 114,000, almost 115,000 damage, and there is his 6th kill for the game. So just kind of walking all over the opposing team. This is a very strong destroyer, and Demo's also taking advantage of the fact that he had some very good support on that flank and was able to erode the opposing team's flank very efficiently on the west side. And so he's just going to close in now on the remaining ships. The Allies have a couple of ships now moving into the opposing cap, and so now it's just basically going to be a race between whether they're going to complete the capping or sink the remaining opposing ships. So one thing I should note is that this game was played on 0.7.12, so this is still the original RTS style CV and AA gameplay, and is not a reflection of 0.8.0 at this point. Looks like we're going to cap out before we are able to sink the remainder of the ships. The Allied team has the opposing cap 85-90% capped at this point. Interestingly, Demo does not have high caliber, even though he's done a substantial amount of damage, and usually getting in the low 100,000s is enough to get high caliber at this tier. But I suppose if there were so many battleships, the HP pool is fairly high, so being able to get high caliber at this tier with so many ships might be a difficult thing to do. He is being dropped by the opposing carriers. We can clearly see him as a threat now, and he did take one bomb strike, but it wasn't too bad. Not sure why the opposing boat here isn't moving, or maybe now he's only firing up his engines. But frankly, at this point, it's simply going to be too late, because the opposing team, or the Allied team, is just about to cap out here. And Demo is just getting a few more hits. And there's the high caliber. He needed to get up about 122,000 to earn high caliber. Is he going to sink it before they cap out? And no, he won't. So the team caps out. Demo did a terrific job. Again, this is a really strong ship and does really well, especially when it's top tier. It does pretty well against tier 7s. Tier 8s, it's a little more of a struggle. But certainly in this match, Demo certainly led the way in earning almost double the amount of XP than the second person on his team. So great job, Demo. Thanks very much for sharing. We certainly hope you enjoyed the replay and the commentary. Please do leave your comments below. And as always, we hope to see you out there, and we wish you happy sailing.